Hey, it's Tameeka Monique. I'm coming back. It's now my quiet time without any music or anything like that. And this is when I actually get deep with myself. But before I actually go in the zone, I came back to actually just go more in depth as far as, you know, on my literary journey. What I've learned is that you can't always have, I'm not a cliquish person, and sometimes you'll hear me say that. To me, a cliquish person is, clicks. Basically, we're the disgruntled crew, or we're the negative crew, cliques, I'm a people person, and I don't like to be cliquish, but I'm saying all this to say is that you really need to keep positive around and keep your circle small. Get those squares out of your circle, or you'll wind up like me. I mean, this is my story, and I'm here to share. It wasn't just me finding myself as a writer. It was just basically the company that I kept, and I'm not putting anything on anyone, because we all are responsible for our actions, you know what I mean? And really what it was for me was trying to help others. And I get it, taking on other people's problems. It's a saying. I have a saying: mind yours so you can mind mine. In other words, basically, mind your business. You can lead a horse to the well, but you can't force him to drink. It's just that simple. You know, People get tired of hearing you complain. So whatever the issue is, figure it out. Get over it. Get over the hump. Today's Wednesday, and I really don't like to really go there as far as using one of my family members' words, but basically, get over whatever that it is. Fix the problem and move forward. You know, you you never heal if you keep covering up that wound and you keep picking at it. You know what I mean? I had put that up one time on Instagram and Twitter, and no one liked it. I mean, I wasn't looking for anybody to like it. It was just basically a message, and I felt that it needs to be shared. But just, I really feel that we as people, we need to do better. Instead of just talking about it, let's be about it. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to be standoffish with anyone, but just moving forward and now comfortable in my skin as a writer, I really can't have negativity around me. I'm an energy person. So when my energy is off, I become off. Another thing is, don't let anyone dictate to you, what your story should be. Actually, before I got signed to LaFemme, the story that I had was actually a young lady who was battling between being saved and unsaved, and she actually had a mental illness. This is something that a lot of people do not like to talk about. In our community, everything is brushed under the rug, and at the time, the PR person that I had basically was telling me, oh, don't write about that. Everybody writes about bipolar. And I'm like, no, they don't. A lot of people today are walking around with some form of mental illness, and they don't know what's wrong with them. In the Black community, a lot of our people, they don't like to go to get help because they're misdiagnosed. I get it, but at the end of the day, some people really need help, because it will help them with their decisions that they make in life. And I'm not trying to pick on anyone. I was actually bothered by my title. I hated it because at the time, my story, my story really is inspired by actual events. You know what I mean? It's just that like I said earlier, I spiced it up to give it more oomph. But I was like, what are you trying to say? I'm dysfunctional? You know what I mean? And not realizing the story wasn't about me, my story. Everybody has a story. My story is to help someone else. You know what I mean? So I had to take myself out of the equation. But I'm over that now, and I just, would really like my message as far as just going forward with the whole story is everybody has a story. Don't always be so quick to judge. Don't always be so quick to go off of what so and so said about that person. Me, honestly, I'm at a point now. I really don't care what anyone has to say about me. I just know what my purpose is and what I'm here to do, and I want to do it. I have a story. I'm going to tell it. It can help someone else. Even with my literary journey, the next author behind me, they can learn from what my mistakes were. Shout out to Keon Trayvon. This is someone that I actually have in my circle, and I think that will probably be the only person in my circle as far as like now, within the vicinity as being an author, and no offense to any other authors, but it's just like, sometimes you have to just step back because, again, it's just too much negativity out there, and negative is so not Tameeka Monique, like I said, be mindful of who you keep around you because you become who you hang around. So on that note, I'm actually going to get into writing and make the best of this quiet time. All right. Have a good one. Peace.